Hi, it's Miss Barkley, and we're going to read a story. But before we do, you have to know something. So if you look at that, there's some rhythms in there we know, right? We've got TT, right? The two little feet with the stems and the tie at the top. And then we also have ta, don't we? See if you can read the pattern. Oh, and then the last box has a symbol in it that's not a rhythm. So the word under it is Australia. Do you see that? Don't say that one yet. Just read the rhythm above the other words first. 1, 2, here you go. Ti-ti-ta, ti-ti-ta, ta-ta, ti-ti-ta, ta. Did you do it? Again, here you go. Ti-ti-ta, ti-ti-ta, ta-ta, ti-ti-ta, ta. Good job. Okay, so now let's change it to the words. Repeat after me. Terrible. Horrible. No good. Very bad. Day. Okay, so this is a book, not a song. It's a book about somebody who's not having a good day. Some of you might have heard this before. When we do the book, every time that phrase comes up, we're going to say it together. You can pat it on your legs, clap it on your hands. I don't care. You can tap it on your desk, whatever works for you. But we're going to say it and make noise on it whenever it shows up in the book. If you want to be extra fancy, you can just pick one of the words and only make noise and say that word. Or you can say the whole phrase and make noise on the whole phrase. Your choice. Okay, now I told you Australia, that was something special, right? These signs are crescendo, where the noise gets louder. Say crescendo. Good job. And this one is the opposite, isn't it? It's decrescendo. Can you say that? Good job. So we have both of those on the word Australia. So for the first part of the word Australia, we get louder. And for the last part of Australia, we get softer. And we drum roll while we do it. Watch. I'll do it first. Australia. Try it with me. Australia. Okay, so every time the word Australia comes up in the book, that's what you do. Good luck! This is Alexander and the Terrible, Horrible, No Good, Very Bad Day. Written by Judith Viorst and illustrated by Ray Cruz. I went to sleep with gum in my mouth, and now there's gum in my hair. And when I got out of bed this morning, I tripped on the skateboard, and by mistake, I dropped my sweater in the sink while the water was running. I could tell it was going to be a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. At breakfast, Anthony found a Corvette Stingray car kit in his breakfast cereal box, and Nick found a junior undercover agent code ring in his breakfast cereal box. But in my breakfast cereal box, all I found was breakfast cereal. I think I'll move to Australia. In the carpool, Miss Gibson let Becky have a seat by the window. Audrey and Elliot got seats by the window, too. I said I was being scrunched. I said I was being smushed. I said if I don't get a seat by the window, I'm gonna be carsick. No one even answered. I could tell it was going to be a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. At school, Mrs. Dickens liked Paul's picture of a sailboat better than my picture of the invisible castle. At singing time, she said, I sang too loud! At counting time, she said I left out 16. Who needs 16? I could tell it was going to be a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. I could tell because Paul said I wasn't his best friend anymore. He said that Philip Parker was his best friend, and that Albert Moya was his next best friend, and that I was only his third best friend. I hope you sit on a tack, I said to Paul. I hope the next time you get a double-decker strawberry ice cream cone, the ice cream part falls off the cone part and lands in Australia. There were 2 cupcake in Philip Parker's lunch bags. And Albert got a Hershey bar with almonds. And Paul's mother gave him a piece of jelly roll with the little coconut sprinkles on top. Guess whose mother forgot to put in a dessert? It was a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. That's what it was. Because after school, my mom took us all to the dentist, and Dr. Fields found a cavity just in me.
Come back next week and I'll fix it,
said Dr. Fields. Next week, I said, I'm going to Australia. On the way downstairs, the elevator door closed on my foot. And while we were waiting for my mom to get the car, Anthony made me fall where it was muddy. And then when I started crying because of all the mud, Nick said I was a crybaby. And then when I started punching Nick for saying crybaby, my mom came back with the car and scolded me for being muddy and fighting. I am having a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. So then we went to the shoe store to buy some sneakers. Anthony chose the white ones with the blue stripes. Nick chose the red ones with the white stripes. And I chose the blue ones with the red stripes. But the shoe man said,
we're all sold out.
And they made me buy the plain old white ones. But they can't make me wear them. When we picked up my dad at his office, he said I couldn't play with his copying machine, but I forgot. He also said to watch out for the books on his desk, and I was as careful as could be except my elbow. He also said don't fool around with his phone, but I think I called Australia. My dad said, please don't pick him up anymore. It was a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. There were lima beans for dinner, and I hate limas. There was kissing on TV, and I hate kissing. My bath was too hot. I got soap in my eyes. My marble went down the drain. And I had to wear my railroad train pajamas. I hate my railroad train pajamas. When I went to bed, Nick took back the pillow he said I could keep. And the Mickey Mouse nightlight burned out. And I bit my tongue. The cat wants to sleep with Anthony, not with me. It has been a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. My mom says some days are like that. Even in Australia. The end.